Hi, I'm Ibtihaj Muhammad, member of the United States Olympic team, and I'm proud to wear my hijab.
Hey guys, it's Kirby. Welcome back to Pretty Unfiltered. So the election has come and gone, and there has been a lot of discussion, a lot of tension, a lot of fears by so many people, so many groups, especially Muslim American women who are scared to sport their hijab. And I just want to say that Pretty Unfiltered is a safe space. It doesn't matter how old you are, your race, your gender, your religious affiliation. This is a safe space for everyone. So I am so excited because Ibtihaj Muhammad is here.
Yay.
And she is an Olympic fencer. In case you don't know, she made headlines because in Rio, she sported her hijab during the Olympic Games, and this is the first time for any Muslim American woman to do this. Mm-hmm. So she's here to talk to us about why it's so important right now that Muslim American women sport their hijabs. As a Muslim American woman, did this election in particular change you? Did it affect you? Tell us how this made you feel.
Honestly, I feel like November 9th was one of my hardest days that I've ever had. Yep. And I think that sentiment echoes for a lot of us. It's almost like a state of like disbelief. I woke up sad, I woke up fearful. At the same time, I'm a person whose glass is half full.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that as a community, with here in the States, that we can grow and learn from this.
As a beacon of inspiration and empowerment, what would you say to other Muslim American women who are scared right now? Mm-hmm. They don't see the glass half full.
I realize that the sentiments of fear are very real. It's so palpable in the Muslim community. There, especially for the women who literally wear the religion on their sleeves every day. Yep. This presidential election has created an environment where not just are people comfortable, making racially charged statements and bigoted statements, particularly towards immigrants, towards Muslims, and also even like now we see like towards women, which is kind of crazy.
We went back 50 years or something. It's crazy.
Well, and then at the same time, I feel like it's not just, the verbal threats that come, it's also reaching, in my opinion, like catastrophic numbers where people are being physically harmed, where people are taking out their aggression and their feelings out on our women, on our children, and that has to come to an end. And I'm hoping sooner rather than later. I've gotten so many messages from young girls who have had their hijabs taken from their heads, where people have harassed them and bullied them in school. We have to acknowledge that this is happening and that it is not acceptable.
What would you say is the biggest misconception people have about wearing a hijab? Because I think a lot of that influences how other people that are ignorant and don't know react.
The issue with how people perceive hijab to me is very much so in line with the way we view women's bodies. It's always on, the table for discussion. It's like what women wear, how much they should wear, how little should they wear, how we should walk, how we should talk, the things we can say, the things we can't say. And to me, it's like, why is it that we're always on the forefront, that we're always a topic of conversation? And I feel like being on the U.S. team and having this position and this platform, being the first Muslim woman to represent Team USA in hijab, I feel like it couldn't have come at a better time, especially in light of this presidential election, because it totally challenges that narrative.
Yeah.
And shows people that no, actually, everything you thought about Muslim women, it's actually the completely opposite. All Muslims aren't Arab. I'm African American. We make up more than a third of Muslims here in the United States. Mm-hmm. I wasn't born anywhere else. I don't speak any other languages.
You're like a Jersey girl, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, where are you from? I'm like, Jersey.
I'm a Jersey girl.
Right. I feel so American, like down to my bones. And one of the highlights of my life for sure has been representing Team USA at the Olympics. It was such an honor, and I feel like that opportunity is not afforded to everyone. Mm-mm. And I feel like it's very unique to the United States to have such a diverse team, and that's something that I feel like in the past have always celebrated as Americans, and I want us to continue to do that.
So our president-elect's rhetoric has been less than inviting, it's concerning on many levels. What is your main concern? Because I feel like now a lot of people think this is something that's normal, And that's a really scary thing to think about.
This is the first time in my life where I've experienced this open season of hate and bigotry and, complete misogyny and xenophobia and Islamophobia and like everything in between.
Yeah.
And it's scary, and it's not just about us as adults, but to me it's about future generations. You don't want it to become the norm and commonplace for, our children to hear these things, for them to think that it's okay for someone to talk down to them or to believe that they're inferior. I'm a really strong person, and I haven't been challenged in the same way that I feel like a lot of people who look like me have. And at the same time, I'm always fearful for the people who don't have the same voice.
What are you going to do over the next 4 years to keep the good fight and to change maybe somebody else's point of view?
I think before, this last year, I was considering retiring from sport. And in light of this, I feel like I really want to continue to be involved in sport in a way so that I can, continue on this journey of changing the narrative and challenging the narrative. There's so many different barriers and obstacles that have been put in front of us, even as women, that we always have to overcome. It's like we have to work harder to get ahead. And I feel like we're in this race, not just for ourselves, but for the people behind us, for like the younger generation. We want to show them what we're capable of.
Is that why you started your fashion line?
Yeah. It's funny, my fashion line, Luella, we started out of necessity within the Muslim community. I feel like there was a dire need for modest, fashionable, affordable clothing. Like, there were companies that existed inside and outside the Muslim community that sold modest clothes, but they were things like your mom would wear, right?
Yeah.
They were like dowdy, they were dull, and young millennials aren't any different from anyone else. Like, we're super into fashion and to makeup, and we want to be ahead of the trend, you want to be on trend, and to bring that to the US market has been so fulfilling. And that's what's so cool about Luella, is that we created like the long sleeve maxi dress, which for us was like finding a unicorn in the desert.
Yeah.
It was so hard to find forever ago, and now it's like, it's so much easier. And really, I like always want my clothes to be modest, affordable, and fashionable, and I wanted to always hit those 3 points, and that is just my goal in life right now.
I love that. And then finally, what message would you give to young women and men out there who are just looking for a little bit of hope and inspiration in their life right now?
I would say to never allow anyone to dictate your journey for you. I've been told no so many times, even within my sport. I've been told by coaches that I would never be an Olympian, that there were things that I couldn't do, that I might as well, toss that dream out the window because it wasn't happening for me. And I would just say just believe in yourself and believe that with hard work you can achieve whatever you want.
Ibtihaj, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Can you let everybody know where we can find you online?
My handle is at Ibtihaj Muhammad, and Luella is luellashop.com.
Amazing, guys. Let me know your favorite part of the interview in the comment section below. Let me know future guests, topics you want us to cover. We are here for you guys, so we want to make the show as much about you as it is about the guest that's on. So as always, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Kirby Johnson. If you have any questions, concerns, hit me up there, or just find me on Snapchat, goofing off, Kirby.Johnson. We'll see you next time. Bye.